Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Well, a couple of days after, you move on. What's next is what you ask in the world of boxing after fights. Matter of fact, directly after fights, you'll get asked, what's next, right? So we'll stay with the heavyweight since we're talking about concussion. Your boy Deontay Wilder, or my boy Deontay Wilder, was knocked out, you know, uh, against Zhilei, right? I'm gonna do a video about that knockout. I ain't gonna even mention it right here. We're gonna move on. But there's an elephant in the room on that one. But when it comes to Deontay Wilder, it's just an ant in the room because ain't nobody really talking about it. I'm gonna wait a couple hours and do that. But here we go. What's the next fight? What's one? You know that we got Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk. The rematch supposed to be happening. I think it's December. I'm a little pessimistic. That ain't gonna happen. I think that Tyson Fury was apprehensive about fighting this man the whole time. The guy waited 2 years to get Tyson Fury in the ring. After that, what happened? I'm not sure that that's gonna happen. But let's hope it does. You know, another undisputed fight. That means it's still gonna be undisputed. The IBF has granted your boy. What's his name right now? You know, the Usyk, Alexander Usyk. They've granted him, you know, an exemption so he can keep the title. So the fight will be for undisputed, which is a good thing, you know. Now, you had Daniel Dubois beat. Man, the names ain't getting to me now. He beat your boy Herkovich, right? Daniel Dubois beat Herkovich in a fight which I thought Herkovich was going to beat him. And then you had Zhilei beating Deontay Wilder. So we're up to speed. I think that Zhilei and Anthony Joshua is the fight for Anthony Joshua to have at Wembley Stadium. A lot more than Anthony Joshua versus Daniel Dubois. Daniel Dubois versus Anthony Joshua is obviously an English thing, right? Daniel Dubois has been beaten by Usyk, right? And he was beat by Joe Joyce, right? Now, in the way he was beat. Now, what Daniel Dubois did in his win versus Herkovich, you got to give it to him. He took a lot of punishment, right? And he was able to stay in there and come back. Now, but that fight was stopped due to cuts, right? So it's not so sensational. What happened to Herkovich in that fight was simple. Herkovich came in there with zero respect for Daniel Dubois. And the reasons are being because Dubois has quit in a fight or two, and then he lost to the smaller Usyk, even stopped. And they had prior sparring where, you know, rumor has it. Matter of fact, it's not really rumor. Herkovich done told you. I sent him to the hospital in sparring, so I have, you know, the mental edge here. So, and you would see it. Go into the fight. Watch round one. Don't even watch another one. I've never seen an orthodox fighter in a heavyweight fight come out in round one and throw so many right hands. You jab and get, you know, used to the stuff, jab your way into it, see if you got some openings, and then you start letting the right hand go. Immediately throwing right hands with zero respect. And then, you know how much confidence you got to have to throw uppercuts? In round one, you don't throw right uppercuts. You open for the left hook. You don't do that immediately. You have to really have confidence to start throwing uppercuts in round one. So he had zero respect. And what he just was throwing so many right hands, 1, 2, 1, 2, that he just got exhausted. That's not the fighter you want to face Anthony Joshua, right? Zhilei, on the other hand, is 40 years old, just coming off of beating Deontay Wilder and putting him into retirement, sending him out to pasture, coming in with knockouts, hasn't been stopped himself, right? There you go. That's somebody that if Anthony Joshua was able to go, because this would be an exciting fight where we know a knockout, Anthony Joshua's going to beat Daniel Dubois. He's too hittable. And I think I got Anthony Joshua. Like I said before the fight, I think Anthony Joshua beats Daniel Dubois. But when it comes to Zhilei, that's 50-50, right? Anthony Joshua would have to do something similar. Not quite as much, but he would probably do what he is capable of doing and do what he did in Andy Ruiz 2, right? Take a little bit of that, maybe 75% of that, engage a little bit more because Zhilei hands are not as fast as Ruiz in terms of combination punching. That first one comes pretty fast now. He got it. But combinations, when you hit Andy Ruiz is going to throw a 3-punch combination, and the third punch is going to hit you. All right? That's different. And I think Joshua could outbox Zhilei Zhang for a while, get him in the later rounds, and probably even stop Zhilei Zhang. That's what I would do. That would be what I would try to do. Early, Zhilei Zhang is dangerous, and Joshua has chin issues. You don't want to get hit by that same punch that Joe Joyce and Deontay Wilder got hit by, and then you'll be all right. Now, I saw Anthony Joshua got hit by a lot of left hands from Usyk. You don't want that to happen either against Zhilei Zhang. But I think it's a better fight. It's a knockout in the air, and Zhilei Zhang is busting down the door. Daniel Dubois would be kind of backing in. Even though he has a win against Hrgović, which is awesome because he took Hrgovic's right? We haven't seen Hrgović lose, but Zhilei Zhang also, I think, beat Hrgović barely, but he didn't get the nod. Dubois stopped him with cuts. Dubois was coming because Hrgović was getting exhausted, right? And the cuts made Hrgović, when you're exhausted, try to get him out of there because he knew the fight was going to get stopped. I think without the cuts, Hrgović get exhausted. I think he would stay away a round or two and then continue to outpoint Dubois. Without the cuts, I think Hrgović wins that fight. If you watch it, you'll see what I'm talking about. Hrgović was the dominant guy in that fight, right? And that's the difference. So I don't know what you guys think. I think Zhilei Zhang versus Anthony Joshua in Wembley is a fight that we would be really hyped about 2 weeks before the fight. Anthony Joshua versus Dubois, tell the truth, right? If you're not from the island, you're not really hyped about that one so much. And that's the difference. You want your juices to be flowing, it'll be Anthony Joshua versus Zhilei Zhang. What y'all think? Doma Sports Talk Worldwide. And I'm up out of here, y'all.